Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. I think you are feeling supercalifragistic, Wherever you are, we have a start of today, and it's going to be very fantastic. Here we are. It's one-on-one live coverage from this position to make sure that everybody is getting much of the tension. Here we are. Today, I look somehow fantastic, and there's no throwing me into an imbroglio. And here we are. All the pogroms that are going to be handled with any kind of the part, we say that thus are just extra potentials that we don't allow us to handle or to be encouraged into this sport right now. And here we are, we start up this kind of the channel from wherever you are. It's one-on-one live. It's underscore Gintu, back again to the root of today. Much of the lined up coming for you to make sure that you are tangling with this kind of the vibe. Here you are. And if you're just sitting, just have a calfragistic way of leaning onto the backyard of the coach and just handle the coffee as I'm giving you raised kind of the time for you to grab coffee and also grab some of the snacks. And whenever we're going to be starting this kind of a video, it's going to be more and booming to this position as we are. So here we go. So guys, before we commence much of our talk today, some of you, as we are just here, are just squingemed, and which is not good for the right now, how things are going to be handled outside here. And we have much of the things that we have been thrown into an imbroglio, and that's the real fact. But we have to do something which is so meticulous, and so as we cannot be led into selequism, which is much of we can talk about the anchorization of our own future and our own aptitude about what we need to do. So as everything gonna be put in consideration, which is not throwing us into an imbroglio or kind of intimidation, such kind of narcissism, such kind of tribalism, we are just we need our own future, and this is to anchorize our own future, and that's the real meaning of our future is the best and how we want to go. But somebody who is coming to tangle and make sure that is coming to grab that kind of a position, that you don't belong to such kind of an exponential way, which is coming an extraordinary thing that's coming to you, but somebody wants to grab it, think that okay, that spirit's just given to one of the person, which is we can just talk about this kind of our future is just anchorized. And anyway, before we start anything, guys, the real fact, I am going to incubulate much of our own talk today, and we're going to be making sure that everybody is getting the real valid point about what has been handled to our own intermediaries and also our own mismanagement and misreallocation of our own future. And it's just being talked about, somebody is holding it onto our own hands or holding onto their own hands, that this kind of a person can make it, the other person cannot make it. So which is a very unconditional to us, the YouTubers who are just into Nyabuanse, because somebody can talk about, okay, I'm coming back, okay, the life has been so hard in the outside there. So some people can talk about, you know what, I'm just coming to the village now, I'm going to make sure that you are eating your poo, and I'm going to make sure that I'm pooing. You are just going to do something in biology, we call it egestion. So somebody is going to do some egestion so as we can digest it, which is not even something which is very fantastic to us. And to me, I can just say that you are just permadizing yourself, which is not our own self, that okay, we are the people who are humiliating others. We are the people that okay, some people have money, they want to say that this kind of the people, they don't have anything to talk about, they don't have anything to say, so they want to permadize our own future and say that okay, this kind of a living belongs to us, this kind of the thing belongs to the other family. But it can never work that way, as I am going to discondolize such kind of the solicism that's always being protruding with this kind of the families, and they don't want to hear. And we have to be here, we have to preach daily so as they can get a little bit of a point that they're gonna be putting it on them out, because it's not a must that they should come out to antagonize our own capillogic ways of delivering the information. And whenever they hear that this kind of the people are now becoming becoming so enlightened, they're now talking about we're going to be intimidating in another way, which is not even squibbilizing our own photogenic ways of handling the issues that are being to be solved or mediated with our own self, because we are the people who are forming it and we're going to be solving it our own. But not in any time that we're going to be roasting a person, you have to talk about, okay, you started it, because you started it, you want to go to film a video, talk about bad about Gintu, you want to talk bad about the other people in Nyabuhansi, and whenever somebody now comes to the same to roast you the same way, you just talk about, okay, this is just a disqualism that's always being, or such kind of, we can talk about fear, or sometimes it's jealousy that people are going to be having as they're going to be roasting you and making sure that they are just putting out the essential points that are always being to be mentioned. And this, we are not going to have such kind of any cannibalism, which is a narcissism, which is we talk about narcissism, which is always being protruded with one person. The Argentinian long nose. Talk about is one who is just formulating everything and tangling onto Kenge to make some of crazy ideas, stupid ideas, stupid ornamentities, and also we can talk about stupid calfragistic ways of coming out with the solution, but he can never come out with the solution. That's why you can talk about he's having much of the people who want to talk about I want this kind of the person to progress, I want the other person. That's why he can never be God. That's why he's an evil always, and that's why he cannot even go to church, because he knows what he's being performing. He knows how he's just pretending as a pretender, and even right now, even God knows. He's just pretending with the Argentinian long nose so as he can get a passport and he can just make the baby as a cow and just sell the baby anyhow. And the only thing they want is just donations A to Z. I've ever talked about that one. And, you know, I've just got the information and I've just got much of the things they're talking about. You know what? This kind of the people, they want to open, it's like called like a gymnastic yoga, and they're talking about the massage and also reading some novels in a specific way. And I can just say that this is unconditional, because guys, let me tell you one thing. Even me, I'm ready to pay $500 for me to be done the massage. But the only problem is one. The person who is going to do that kind of the massage is that the Argentinian long nose. The Argentinian long nose, whenever you see fingers, they look like, how can I call it? Fingers like chips. We can call it French fries. So how can such kind of a person even touch you and feel that somebody is massaging you? It's like now putting the spoke of a bicycle onto my back, and you know now he has just ever been touching some of the ribs of Kenge, because he doesn't have some meats which are just full like us. So he's always touching some ribs, thinking that it's gonna be like we can call them the ribs are like what? We can call them these ones of the car. The word have just gone a little bit. But the real fact is one, springs. So you're going to be acting like the springs of a car. So it's just there, making sure that the ribs are just attached. And I'm just sympathizing. If he was the one who was given the rib of Argentinian long nose. And how can such kind of a person go yoga? Right now, you know the yoga, my friend. You should be so fit. You should have the area exposed 90 degrees, should be outcoming fantastic, so as people can come and enjoy. Is Argentina long nose having even buttocks to enjoy, people to come and enjoy summer? So it cannot happen that way. So the only thing that they're just coming out with is something like talk about yoga. So who is just interested with something like yoga here? So we are not interested. Some people talk about the massage here. It can never happen. The only best thing for somebody to do and talk about we want development. Yes, if it's development, talk about I want to have a school, maybe create empower people to have talk about opening a school there, opening a hospital. You can just have such kind of the development. But somebody talking about opening yoga to show what now? So is that development? So if people can come only to see how things are going to be exposed variably outside, exposed vigorously. We are not interested with that one. So that is just making sure that you are just rolling the dignity of a person. And overall, always you know how men are. Some people talk about men are some of my security here like them. So sometimes they are going to be talking bad about it. Talk about I want to go and check the yoga and it's $500, which is unconditional. It can never happen. Where? Even here, we have some gymnastic which have 2-3 people per day, and people are not even full the way people think that they're gonna be full. And even a person can pay for a week 700 shillings, 700 shillings, which is not even a $10. Somebody's talking about $500, which is which. And the real fact, guys, I'm ever talking about. You know, whenever they're talking such way that they're gonna be paying $500, which is around 64,000 Kenya shillings in Kenya right now, it means that the only thing they're just looking for, and I've ever talked about it, it's just to make sure that the money is flowing. Everything they're thinking things that can never happen. They're thinking things that can never come to the reality. They're thinking of things that are already obsquamized with some of the conditions which are not favorable for them. They are just expediting their own exponential time and choosing their own good time to explore and talk about, you know what, I want to do such kind of a thing, which can never happen to this system. And they're just, the only thing is they want donations. They're triggering people to talk about, you know what, I have such kind of an idea. Somebody can help me to do it. Somebody is thinking about yoga right now, yet he has not finished even installing anything into the house. He has not finished even equipping the kitchen. He has not even equipped himself with the essential things. Even electricity is not there. Solar cannot even drive, talk about ironing box. Cannot even iron some clothes. So he's talking about, oh, I have to make some yoga. Even some woman called, a woman from London, I think, UK, called Miami Kitchen 74. She's the one who brought that ball of yoga. And talk about the Argentinian long nose. The only thing that whenever you go and touch even that yoga ball, but she's not the one who bought it. But whenever it was brought, even somebody to touch it, it was a squimbolizing reaction. It was like mentizing some of the reactions which are not even favorable to the system. And the real fact can come out. We are not going to be entertained with such kind of the thing, but I'm going to be the first one to be touched with some of the creeps and some of the French fry fingers, which are going to be making the massage, which is not even conditional to me. And I'm going to be touching and I can say, hey, it's like a dog even getting your legs onto your back. So like you're talking about is a massage. It can never happen so good. And the real fact, we have to speak it the way it is. And somebody coming out to say, you know what, I'm going to read some novels. Did Kenge even know how a novel is just read? Which kind of a novel? Sometimes, guys, whenever you're being given somebody talking about are going to be having some novels, people here to read, somebody can just go direct to the point and say that, you know what, I want me to tell you which kind of a novel have I passed through, which kind of a novel have I ever read it to the end. But somebody coming out and talking about this is just like throwing people to a pogrom and also throwing people to an imbroglio that they cannot even understand themselves, that you can just lead by example. Lead by example. And that's the real fact about this life. You know, somebody, whenever you're talking about it, can just make a massage. The only thing they can just do is just scramble your back. Have ever she went to a certain position of talking about, I want to do some massage, I want to do some techniques. The only thing that Keng is always speaking is that whenever Argentina Longnose ask for much of the money, talk about, I want money for me to go for the salonist. I want to have money to buy some pizza because she loves pizza. I don't know, that's how the stomach sent her to the pizza. And whenever Kenge talk about, no, we don't have money, let's put an M-Pesa number, somebody to buy, which kind of pizza, mom, do you like, which kind of... Kenge is always making sure that the people are donating. Not that, that's why now we can just talk to Argentina Longzones. And I can confirm to her, she's not being loved. She's always being used for the content. And whenever now, the only thing that Kenge needed, it's a passport. Whenever passport is now got, now she's gonna be seeing the true colors. Like he's now saying that, you know what, whenever you want to do your own things, make sure that you are looking for your own business, give out your M-Pesa number so as donations can be coming to you. And also, and you know, this kind of the person who is called Kenge is the one who symbolizes the kind of the child, and also put everything, the feet are out, the face is now out, everything is now out, everything. If somebody can just see the back, how the back is under the buttocks of a child, child is. You have already synchronized the head, how it is already being formed. And somebody's talking about, oh, and do this, that. But I'm telling the people the truth. This is going to be happening. The only thing you will just need is, you will see is Kenge taking the, talk about the baby and living with the baby to even Colombia. So as you can just stay there and talk about, you know what, guys, we are living in the tent, you know, we are out to adventure, me and my child here. So everything is so califragistic, and people are just thrown into such kind of the things, and they cannot understand themselves until I scombolize and give you the real verdict things about what is coming. And it's just perpetual that this kind of the reaction I'm giving you, it's the fact, and no one can ever tell you the real fact about what I am always giving out to the people. Point number 2. Do you know that during the party time, the villa acted as a club and a funeral? Because what am I saying though? I saw it because I was an engineer during the construction of the fish pond. And I was antagonizing, and I was seeing how things were put in consideration. And I can just remember, whenever it was reaching at a time, there's no an artist, because he was ever promising, guys, I'm going to bring Diamond Platinums in the show. I'm going to bring some of the artists who are known in the show. But whenever it reached the show, nothing happened. People are just paying per day. You can just get 13 people per day. And the same people are there are the ones who are always repeating themselves, because there was a staff that was being selected via the sausage girl. And also we have Irene Jab, she was there. And there were the people who selected, I can talk about the members of the committee, which could be driving that kind of the party. Even the committee was having more people than the visitors who could be coming. So I was sympathizing. So how are you going to get money? But the only thing that was there, people can just get it. The whole party 30 days. Kenge was saying that, oh, I can run the party 30 days with more than, I don't know how many people. Don't be stupid, my friend. The people, if you can just recarry them, it's just capture method. So it was something like 13 people, you multiply times 14. You get the actual people and the some 2-3 visitors, which were just 0.338%. And somebody's coming outside to say that, you know what, I was running the party for 30 days. What about one person like Gintu? I'm sympathizing with you. How many people? I was there every time and the party ended. You are counting me every day? I was working there. I was eating my money there that I was working for. I was doing some videos. And somebody's coming outside there. Do you know that that's kind of the villa? During the night, it was acting like a sex club. And most of the people who are just being brought there are just from outside, who are coming for didism. Let me tell you one thing. Who has ever seen Aaron Dante's house open or filmed? Somebody to tell me. Somebody to raise up the hand. If you have ever seen Aaron Dante's, apart from the first day, which 2 of the boys who came, they were short boys. I was during that time I was young in terms of YouTube. I saw them. They came with much of the screen, much of the things, a bed and something like that one. And whenever they came and installed, somebody saw something like that one. Nothing happened. And did anyone see anyone filming that kind of a house? That's the same house the con mom she was living. That was the same house that was being used in terms of the talk about the trafficking, the sex trafficking. I'm telling you. Because whenever you get there, because I got the opportunity to get there. And the same house, I was getting some food to much of the people who were staying there. There are some of the people who came at first who were coming from London, and they were saying 2 women who were talking about they were pastors or something like that one. Can somebody recall that one? They were talking like they were pastors. Even one day they told me that we want to bless you, and we go to your fish pond there and see what is just uptaking there. So whenever we went there, they were just praying. Yes, they were praying, but the people were living there. No one could just film that house. And also whenever we scombolize and go forward to this kind of the point, did anyone see what were just installed onto that house? Somebody saw it? Nobody saw it. But I can just tell you there was a didism oil, which is the baby oil, and there were much of the condoms installed into that house. And the only thing that was done there, it's just the sex trafficking. And that's the fact. And no one can just tell you such kind of the things. Because whenever you are given an opportunity to go there, you are being hit like a Cherokee drum. The only thing you could just hear people saying is screaming like Nokias, screaming like dogs that's been eating some eggs. People, maybe the cucumbers are long. People, sometimes you can never know how a person coming from United States, a girl speaks from a village here, talk about, you know what I want. That's why you never saw a CCTV installed inside the villa. No CCTV inside the villa. Somebody to tell me where a CCTV is. During the party, somebody to say, and not only the CCTV was installed outside the villa, but what about inside? Nothing. Because what was being conducted onto that villa, only God knows. Only God knows. And I'm telling you the fact. People were hit. It was hit and run. From this section to another section. Go ask whoever was doing their work. Ask all the chefs who were there. Go ask a village cook. Go ask Chef Claire. Go ask Priska. Ask me. Ask Tina Marwa. She was there. And even she was the one who was being antagonized. And she was the one who could just be coming out with everything and just place a 90 degree the way you need. And that was the room that was being used. And whenever we talk about it, look at what whenever the Diddy uncle came. Every time he was going to that room, I will not say who was living there, but you can antagonize it. Whenever the Diddy uncle was there, who was living in Dante's house? Somebody was there, and every time Diddy uncle was moving, the route was upside there, up, this way and this way, this way, this way. What was he doing? And whenever we say about everything is not practiced fairly, look at whenever the party was being performed. Look at Kenge's family. Who was there during the party time? Who was there? Gunmo, he was not available. Talk about Lady J, which is the group dev, he was not available. Talk about my dem Wangu, she was not available. Who else? Look at the sisters to Kenge, they were not available. The big sister, they were not available. The only people who are being told that come, so as anything that's going to be happening, my family should not be involved. And you are saying that, oh, I was a genuine person, I invited people to come for the party, but people are being done the sex trafficking so they could be paying. It was acting like a guest house. Whenever you have a person, let me tell you a story. And I'm not lying to you. And this is the fact. Whenever some of the students came to learn about 2-3 things, and I think it was Kiswate, something like that one, Kiswat, something like that one. They came, and whenever I cooked, and people ate, and I just talked about we have received some guests here. And Kenge was there talking about, you know what, let me give you a history of YouTube, because they came to learn. It was an organization. They came and there were so many members, women, men, some of the ladies and gentlemen, they were there. And people came to learn. And Kenge now stood up and he was saying about, hey, you know what? And that day I can just remember there was a person who was short and very short and huge a little bit. They were talking about he's the one who is controlling the YouTube in I don't know, East Africa, I don't know, somewhere. And he was the one who was always, whenever people are talking there, he was the one taking, there was a lady in the hospital called Jamie. I don't know, something like that one. Like something like that one, Jamie, something like that one. And she was the one who was being hit. Even people are just there. And some people talk about, oh, and that guy was brought via the Kenge so as he can come and digitize everything. And the way he was just handling and making sure that things are going. And that's why now I can talk about people were misled and people were given, were thrown into such kind of an imbroglio. And that's the real fact about it. And whenever we talk about this is how the issues has to be solved. And whenever we talk about this kind of an issue was a pogmaya, was such kind of a way it cannot be solidarized into this kind of the platform. And people are talking about, you know what, things were just okay. I drove a party of 30 days. People were just coming, eating and going. Do you think that people were not working whenever the party was there? So sometimes you have to think before you allude your own anxieties or in criticism way of talking about this is how the things are going to be going. But the real fact is one. Let's tangle and make sure that all the jurisdiction that are put in place for the people to follow are always available. And whenever I talk about that one, the way the family members were not available at the party, it means that the people or Kenge knew what was being performed. What was Kenge performing with the sausage? Before even the Argentinian long-nose could come. And whenever the Argentinian long-nose sent that I'm coming the same day, the sausage was being transferred, and Kenge is the one who is paying to the house that they are just living and to Nyaboanse. And the house that they are living, they are the ones that have been already hired via Minihawi and are living there. They think we don't know anything that's just ongoing. But we are just silent. That's why I told Kenge, you just took a wrong person and to do a platform maybe. And maybe you are doing some things not knowing that Gintu is a very sensitive person. I could just gauge and know that this is how it's being performed. And whenever I say that one, whenever I say even some GoPros, they came in a name that Kenge is a good person. Look at the people who are given such kind of the fake GoPros. I'm talking about Irena Party. I'm talking about I'm a millionaire. A fake GoPros, they could come. Where are they right now? Who used them? People are celebrating, hey, GoPros, GoPro. Whenever they were given, who used it? Go and ask Itriba, did he use that kind of a GoPro? It's just throw it into the house and he left it there. And such kind of a person who was called Arono Baba Gift, Arono something like that one. Mama Gift and Arono who? Arono Pastor what? I think I have the number. And what was happening now? Whenever he came, he was told, my friend, if you need these young ladies here, make sure that your cucumber is straight. Your cucumber is placed in a place that you're going to be hit and run. Anything. You just have money. And I have some 2 rooms. We have the demon's room down there. And also we have the Aaron Dante's room up there. And also we have the Christmas list room, which is just besides here. They were used to hit and run. They were used to hit the ladies very fantastically, very irresonant. And the only thing you can just be hearing during the night is the laughter. People are now given, people are just being driven carelessly via being, the people are given some alcohol so that they can just be lured with any kind of the misunderstanding, misnature understanding. And they were being hit, and that was the point. And now, whenever we say such kind of the point, that's why even kind of the Lady J, which is the dev, could not be allowed into that part because he could be broadcasting it live. Because he's just a son of a woman always and talking like a woman. He's going to be saying, guys, I went to the party. Guys, thank you very much for you supporting me. I went to the party. I saw things were terrible there. So many of the things were just being discussed there. And that's why they could not be put in the platform. Uncle Mo could not be allowed inside because he's pere every time. And it was just more in terms of the Christmas list. He could not be there. And talk about, do you know that the same house of Aaron Dante, it is having sex toys. It's having sex machines. For the people who are going to live there, they're just having much of such kind of the stupid items and that kind of, and they're talking about, you know what, now we are good. That's why even the strong man, he was told to make sure that you are putting the first showers to that house because it was embarrassing. It was stinking. It was embarrassing. Because whenever this kind of the action would be performed there, you know, you have to sway yourself, you sweat, and there was no water. So Strongman was told, make sure that you are installing first to that house, Dante's house, before you move to other houses. What was the mean? People don't understand. Look at it to the third eye. Look at it unto the third eye. And whenever the Argentinian long nose could be slapped 2 slaps and the chin will just evaporate and the nose could be just extended to a certain, like you're gonna be having some of talk about is just having some mucus coming out. So she was the one who was always going to that room so as she can hide there, because there was secrecy. Even let me tell you a story. Whenever Lady J, Dev, and the mother went and she was fractured and she went to stay in Aaron Dante's room so she can be there, so as it was so good for the privacy. And whenever the Lady J was coming from home with food and went and shoot a video in that room, what happened? He was told, never shoot a video in that room again and never come back to this villa, because he was going to expose everything. PDD oils, they're always there. Talk about condoms, talk about sex toys, talk about sex machines, they're always available. And the people are told that, Kenge's villa gonna be surviving, you're gonna be having much of the blessings from people. It will be breaking every time. It has many of the souls that have been squanderized in that kind of a house. There are so many souls of people who have been pogromized in that house. They're just catastrophized in that house. And that's the real meaning. And whenever you don't understand it, and this is the real report about what is coming out from that villa, if you have never been told the real fact about it, no one has ever slept there apart from a visitor who is coming and has brought much of the things, and he needs some squandermento and some of the illegal performance in that house. He was given, or he needed much of the security. They were now given such kind of the room so they can just practice their own things there. Because the down rooms, they were not allowed, they were given to the workers. Like we can talk about the in concept. They were living to D house down here, down level, the ground level. But the other things could not be subjected to that one. That's why it was placed up there. And whenever Kenge was talking about Aaron Dante, your room now, it has to be fabricated, it has to be put in a way that is so fantastic. That's why even it was installed and properly installed. So as Kenge could not be having money, he was needing donations to make sure that he's even equipping his own. He's equipping his own bedroom, the master bedroom. And is now outside there. Even the room is so pongormized, it's so carelessly arranged. Even Argentinian long nose, she's a woman, but she doesn't know how even to arrange a room. You can just go and find her socks on top of a bed. You can just go to this side. You can go to this side and get even a shoe on top of a net, which is a mosquito net. You can just go to this way, or you can just find a pant underneath of the bed, everything. So even the room was stinking like a rat, which has died. And somebody's talking about, I have a woman, I have somebody. Kenge himself, whenever he goes, you saw some of the leaves he's going to be using. And whenever he goes there, even talk about the underwear, never get out the underwear. It's just attached with some of the slats. And he's just throwing it down there. And even with the shoes, putting underwear with the shoes, with the socks on top of the shoes. I'm talking about this, the person who is just talking very good. We are not interested with that one. And the real fact should be talking about the real fact. How things are going to be performed, going to be good in terms of performance. Let's talk about something called the clay bath. Guys, did you ever see any visitor, Mzungu, who was just done the clay bath? Who? Did you see anyone? Apart from the Pong Mayas, villagers who don't have any kind of irresonant things to do. They were just given the position to go there and do some uncontraptitious ways of handling themselves, talking about the clay bath. It could be just nothing to me. And the same way I can just say is this. That kind of a clay bath, apart from Mawira, who was doing the clay bath and was being sick every time. Because even Kenge himself, no. There's a time he told me, Ginto, I want you to go and make some of the cleanness onto the clay bath. But what happened? There was nothing that happened to that position. And they never went to that position because there was a lot of miseries that people never understood in that clay bath. And he was talking about, today I'm coming with my own mom. I don't know which and what and what and what. So as I can just come and handle myself in a caressive way, in a contraptitious way, and make some 2-3 things there. But the clay bath was nothing. And people could just be suffering. Every time you just get out of the clay bath, it was misappropriate. It was misappropriate. And the real fact is coming. So, and to this backyard here, I have somebody here.
Yeah, man.
How are you?
Wagwan.
Everything is good?
Everything is fantastic.
So you are here?
I'm here.
To start up a new group?
Yeah, man.
Called?
Two Amigos.
We have Oni Mayani here. Come
man.
to this side, man. There's no problem, man.
Yeah.
No problem. You just come to this side. Guys, Mayani has decided to come to this kind of a factory here. The roasting factory, which is just already been analyzed to this position. So
yeah.
always onto this position.
Yeah, man.
Always on my left.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
How is everything?
Everything is fantastic.
Everything is going for rindima.
Yeah, everything is rindimaring. I can see you are rindimaring.
Yeah, I'm rindimaring here.
Yeah, man.
And I have to tell people the real fact about what is handling.
Yeah.
And what has been the miseries that we are thrown into an imbroglio.
Exactly.
Eh?
They have to know.
Have you ever been thrown into an imbroglio?
I already.
Do you know an imbroglio?
You are mixing me.
You had already said that you know an imbroglio. An imbroglio is an act of people throwing you into talk about a misery.
Okay.
Or abuse.
People are running helter-skelter for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
And that's why we are here, to make sure that people are getting the real cover.
Yeah.
Eh?
Exactly.
So how is life, man? Have you ate?
No.
Hi, my friend.
I have only eaten sugarcane.
Sugarcane?
Yeah, man.
But you are a man, man. You have to work hard very properly.
Yeah, but
you have the breaking news, because you are running to here like a safari rally.
Yeah.
Maybe I think that you have a breaking news here.
Maybe we break with you.
We break with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here to break the news here.
Keep it tuned, you are breaking the news.
We are breaking the news?
Yeah, man.
So you continue. Oh, I was the one to break the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see this one here?
Yeah, man.
What is this?
It's a small letter. It's a small letter. Maybe I can read, or you have to give me a permission.
This one here, it's now the direction.
Yeah.
Because the points are so many,
yeah,
I have to note down.
Exactly.
And today I don't have a book, because I'm coming from seeing some of the sick people from some hospital. So I'm just here to make sure that people are getting the real fact.
You know what? I always appreciate on you, because you are a gentleman, a young man like you. You always take care of grandpas, grandmothers.
My young man.
Yeah. You don't have a beard.
No beard, man. No beard, man. I'm a German.
Yeah, a German.
Yeah, a German.
A German like this man is, I really appreciate it's Gintu.
Exactly.
Always, in a village here, there is a lot of grandpa who suffer. Like me here, I'm a young Gen Z, but I suffer. What about a grandpa who cannot go to Mujengo?
Who cannot just bend so as they can do something. Yeah, but can they bend to make sure that the cucumbers are hanging fantastically?
Don't say that, man.
But you say that even the talk about the cat, the push cat, whichever are just old, they also drink milk. I don't know if it's gonna be fantastic. But you know, guys, whenever somebody like you right now, you can say that, oh, my waist is just not good, man.
Yeah.
But whenever it reaches at night, whenever people don't see you, what is being performed there? The shaker is so many.
Secret agenda.
Secret agenda. How is your girlfriend, man?
I'm single.
Ready to mingle.
But I'm ready to mingle.
With who now? Ready to mingle now? Now you are telling people
the one who can understand
you.
Yeah, man.
And where are you coming from?
I'm from Nyabuhanse. Yeah, man.
Nowadays it is today. Today is today.
And tomorrow will be another day.
You have spoken with some people outside there, man?
Some people?
But I see you are coming from another route here. I thought that maybe you are being chased.
I was coming like a safari rally to your home.
Okay.
So that I can see my time was, I'm late, but...
You are on point.
I'm
exactly.
On point.
Guys, we are here again and making sure that things are going to be running very fantastic. I've been joined with only
Mayani.
Here we are, guys. If it's your first time you checking him, go just subscribe, like, share, comment. As we're gonna be grooving together as a team. Here we are, and it's one-on-one live coming out now from this is my office, man.
Yeah.
Have you seen my office?
People they don't know. You have to respect this place.
Yeah.
This place have trended very bad.
And whenever I see somebody cutting this kind of a banana here, and it's the one refracting,
you have to put him in jail.
I can arrest.
Yeah,
I can arrest them.
You just arrest.
Even if it is wind.
Yeah.
I gonna cut it into pieces. I wanna make sure that even me, I'm throwing some stones to the wind.
Today you are smart.
I'm cladding smart, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are very smart.
Yeah, I'm going again to one of the hospitals here, a little bit to check some of the sick people. I have.
That's why I always appreciate you, man.
I'm going, man.
Let me
today
tell you.
I'm going to give out what is called the fabric to the people who are just into the hospital, the kanga. Because the kanga, they are always having some of the scripted words talking about God is good all the time, or God is always there for us.
Yeah,
so whenever I give them, you're gonna relieve them a little bit.
Yeah. But let me tell you,
Yeah.
I have never seen a YouTuber who is doing a great job like
Meticulous.
this. Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be 5. I should be in Migori, so I have like some.
We have to Rindima.
I have to go there and make sure that I'm checking them.
Yeah,
and everything gonna be very okay. There's somebody who's just waiting me there already. So guys, here we are to make sure that everything is so fantastic coming out from this position. And if it's your first time you watching the video, here we are. We are just finishing up the video from this position. We're gonna be saying thank you very much for everyone who is just tuned and locked onto this position. We're gonna be saying that I was finishing with 1 point and I have to finish it here.
Yeah, man.
And I was saying that you know, whenever during the party time, people are seeing some of the clay bats there. And people never understood that there's no even a Mzungu who went to that clay bath. No Mzungu even attempted to go to that clay bath, because everyone who was going there, eventually he came sick. Eventually came sick. Look at Mawera. Mawera always was complaining, stomach. He was, you know that clay bath was thinking even a toilet is better. It's like even you can just carry a toilet onto your head, better. But that clay bath was thinking, but people could not give you such kind of the impact. And people are just going there to maintain it, like Gake was going there to maintain it, make sure that the stinking is just all over. You know, guys, whenever much of we talk about, this is called the humus from the soil, whenever it comes and congests at a place, so it decays and it rots. Yeah. So whenever people don't get it out, or it has already been dissolved with the clay, and people are going just to apply themselves, and we have some iron water there, so it's gonna be very, very anthropicus to the people. And that's the same way we talk about it was not a good thing for the people to do. And that's why you can ever sin, and we were told that, you know what, these people are always eating unto the party. They were eating, always putting them food into their mouth, and right now they're coming. But the real fact,
even me, the first time I ate that food, my stomach corner very bad.
It was roaming like a network.
Even I was thinking that we were eating the punda.
Punda is a donkey.
It's donkey.
You can be, and that people are not normal. You can be given even a donkey meat.
My stomach corner. Even I was there. The brother to congrats dad was very sick, and we were the one who went to call Marwa so that he can take him to hospital.
Exactly.
But the man, they said, this man is working for me, and he's employed, have money, have to go to hospital. The Gaki was the one who went to take him.
No, I was the one.
Yeah.
I was the one who...
I was at the...
I was the one who... Because it reached at a time,
yeah.
I was now operating like Gitiriba.
Yeah,
whenever Gitiriba was not available, I was the one acting like... I could take some workers to the hospital. Yeah. Caleb, kuja basi tuende hosi sai, kuja mpaka nyumbani. 5 ni mingi bana, dakika 5 ni mingi. Haya. So guys, the same way I could just tell you.
Yeah.
Kenge was seeing me as a very important person.
Yeah.
And I was acting responsibly.
By the way,
I was being told, take this person. There's a time I took there was a person called John Terrazzo, who was doing with the Terrazzo up there.
Exactly.
I took him to the hospital. And whenever I came back, to the villa. I left there Kenge, and whenever I came back to the villa, I was told Gake is sick again.
Yeah.
I had to take Gake to the hospital the same day, and I found Kenge was there relaxing and waiting that person to be treated. And he was saying that what is wrong now at that villa. He was even wondering, but he knew because always we were eating ugali, which is having damp maize was being milled. We talk about whenever you take some maize right now, a sack of maize, and leave it up to this kind of the condition, the moisture. The maize will be damp, you know, and it will just start getting some molds. And they're just putting them out to the sun, and it had already developed some ammonia and toxic substances already onto them. And now they go and mill and they come. So that's why sometimes you could be saying, but I eat even only, I eat the greens only. Because whenever I can just say I'm going to eat the ugali, it was so, how can I talk about
that man used the maize that cook no, that one that cook the alcohol.
Exactly. Yeah, it was even it was not even being winnowed, so as they can just take out the spoiled maize. It was just white and it was combulars, and people were eating it and they're talking about, oh, this kind of the maize or ugali, it's tasting like chili. So it was not good. People could just eat some of the greens only, and that's why people are being sick every time. And talk about Kibe was a medical person, but he was being sick, and I took Kibe to the hospital too. The same time.
The time we were given the motorbike of Gitriba.
Exactly. And even there's a time I took Gitriba back to the hospital again. I was the only person who was left, me and Mogesi. And we were not even sick whenever we were just performing the duty.
It seems you are not eating that food.
We were not eating, my friend.
But me, I was eating because I work very hard there. So you have to eat.
You know, like me, I could be coming, I could be coming with my own things. Like I could be coming with my own drinks in the morning to make sure that even water, I can survive with water. So there's a time I tested that food, and it was it was tasting like chili.
You know, people, even the villagers were saying we are eating the punda, the donkey. The donkey. So because there's a donkey that lost, and we never see that.
Exactly. And you know, guys, everything is so pathetic outside here. Not everyone. If the person is not even your brother, you can never trust your brother, you know. So sometimes you can find that brother wants something from you that you have that it can benefit him too. So that's why you can talk about we were being used like fools sometimes. And whenever we now come outside and talk about, we have to do something so meticulous. Somebody's coming outside and telling that, you know what, these people are jealousy. We have to talk the real fact. That kind of a man is a very vicious and heterozygous person. That's why the
villagers slaves.
He can just inject a villager a needle and leave the villager to die. That's the real fact. So guys, keep it tuned because the time has just reached whenever I can just leave, and we're gonna be talking much about what is coming next to this position, and we are it's one-on-one. Go check Only Mayani. Give yourself a shout out, man.
Hello guys, welcome back. I have a YouTube channel, go by Only Mayani. Go by supporting me. I only reach even 1,000. I will appreciate so much. I appreciate to people who always give positive comments. Yeah, man.
Always
one love.
One life. Keep it tuned.
Keep it locked.
Here we are, and
one on one
is the end.
Yeah, man.